Hey friends, welcome back. Today I will be showing you how I bullet journal in my planner and how I use this Roterfaden as my planning companion. I will only focus on these two notebooks because this is where my core planning takes place. I do have other planners, yes, but they are part of my hobby to play around with different planners, meaning if I lost the other ones, my planning process would not be affected. This is the one that keeps me focused. This is my brain, basically. I will do a separate video where I will show you all the journals and planners I am using, but when I talk about planning, like actual planning, this is it. I do have one essential journal, but I see journaling as a separate process from planning. To me, journaling declutters the soul and planning declutters the mind. So in other words, I could not live without my main planner, and I do need my main journal for my daily pages. And having said that, let's dig in. Okay, so this is my Hobonichi A6. This is the first time I use an avec, meaning that, I usually use one book for the whole year. The avec divides the year in two books, one from January through June, and the other from July through December. This is the third year I use an A6 Hobonichi Techo, and I don't see myself changing it in the foreseeable future. I love this planner. This size is just perfect for me, and since I started using it, I have been able to follow through with my planning process in a more consistent way. And something I mention a lot is that a planner or journal should be inspiring in some way, and this planner does that for me. It inspires me, and it has become a place for mindfulness in my planning process. I have also mentioned before that for my planning process, I do need some kind of structure. I have tried before working on a blank notebook and doing my forward planning spread and going week by week, but that is always short-lived. The moment I find myself in a very hectic week, those kinds of weeks where you don't really have the time to sit down and plan and you kind of lose momentum, that's when I go back to writing down to-do lists all over the place. So I like knowing that during the most crazy weeks or the most crazy days, I already have everything set up to declutter my mind in a way that makes sense to me. And as you can see here, this is this is a cover from the Superior Labor and Baumkuchen. This is leather, nude, and as you can probably see, it already has some signs of use, and that is okay because I like how leather tells its own history of how I've been using it. So this is coffee. And I like how the leather is changing with my touch and with daily use. And I really like this. I love how compact this is. As I said, for 2020 and for 2019, I used the whole year, and I had been using it in a regular Hobonichi cover. And I have been very happy with it, but I just wanted to try the avec in the A6 size. I tried it in the A5, when I used the A5 avec, I really liked changing the book in the middle of the year. It feels like starting fresh, like a new January in the middle of the year. I used some paper to decorate the cover. This is one of the pockets that comes as part of the Traveler's Company sticker set. So this is a sticker, and it works as a pocket where I keep my stencil. And I do love how this looks. These tabs are also from the Traveler's Company sticker set, and I have been loving this setup. This is so light, so compact. When I want to have something very light in my purse, this works perfect. And if I need to travel whenever that is whenever that's a possibility again, I can just remove this avec and insert it in this Roterfaden, and I will have everything in one place. But before I show you this one, let me give you a little tour of this. Okay, so this kind of Gantt chart, I use it to track like my period, doctor's appointments, and I think I'm going to also use it as an index for important things inside my planner. For example, if I have a doctor's appointment on February 5th, I know that not only it happened on that day, but if I go to that date in my planner, that's when where I will have notes about that specific doctor's appointment. My decoration in here is very minimal because this is meant to be very functional. This is mostly pen and paper. The only decoration I do is in my monthlies, which I used for forward planning and on the cover of each month, but as you can see, it is only washi tape. I showed you this washi tape as part of my jet pens haul, and I've been loving it. So far, I have only decorated the first trimester, the first quarter of the year. So January, February, and March. Very minimal, just some washi tapes, and I already have some dates marked because that's why I like to bullet journal inside a planner. I know there's a bullet journal method. I know some people believe that it has to, like, bullet journaling has to happen in a specific way, in one blank notebook. That's a bullet journal method. And the people that follow very strictly the bullet journal method, more power to you if that works for you. I used some elements of the bullet journal method in my planner. So I just want to clarify that, because if you're looking for a video about the bullet journal method, this is not the one for you. This is about what my personal planning process using some elements of the bullet journal method. Having said that, before I even knew about the bullet journal method, I did use bullets as part of my planning process, because bullet points have been around for a while. So the way I used bullets was, I hope this is okay. It's kind of. So I have, for the past 15 years, I use a square for task, a full square for a completed task. I have a square for a task that I started but I didn't finish it. And at first, when I started using this, I used as an exclamation mark for something important. Now I've been using an asterisk to signal something important. In this key, some elements that I adapted from the bullet journal method is the Migrate Task. I think that was a great idea, and it is something I use a lot. So I use the arrow to signal that a task that I didn't finish it has been migrated somewhere else. I use a circle for appointments, a triangle to mark an event. To me, there's a difference. Appointment means I have to be doing something at a certain time or being somewhere at a certain time. An event signals this is happening. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do something. And the little dot, it is for items that are related to either the appointment or the event, like a little extra related to one of these signifiers. This has been really working for me. I never add a key to my planners because this is already by memory. And this year, another change is that even though I have been more than content with my Hobonichi A6 for the past 2+ years, this is my third one, I have decided to incorporate other elements of the bullet journal method, like the idea of having collections. Also because the Hobonichi planners don't have many blank pages on the back, and I don't like having to write down everything like again and again with the beginning of each year. I would like to have a place for collection, like long-term collections that are there, and I won't have to rewrite them for a new planner. So I got this A6 Roterfaden. I have a review of this cover on my channel if you want to take a look at it. And this is from the same brand. It just like pages for lists or to-do lists, task lists, and it has like a cutout to remove the page. This is the Hobonichi photo album, which I use for sticky notes, reminders, things like that. So I guess I can have this in here. And I use this for loose sheets of paper. And these two are my main collections. So let me get them out so you can kind of see what I have in here. So far I have been loving this system. I have been working with it for the past month and this is really working for me. So this one is for long-term collections. I expect this one to last for maybe 5-10 years. Depending on how well this little notebook stands. This I made it myself from a Hobonichi blank notebook. I just pretty much ripped the Hobonichi blank notebook and turned it into 2 separate notebooks. I love the Hobonichi Tomoe River paper, so when I ripped it apart, I just added glue to the spine so the threads don't get all messed up, and added some washi tape and a cover to make it look nice, and I'm very happy with the results. So in the long-term collections, I have events. I have each month, like from January through December, and I have on one side birthdays of the months and the main events. This side for events, this is where I add things that take place as the years pass. For example, the passing of a family member, important political events that I think it's important to remember when they happened, and like, well, not so much remember where they happened, but I do like us having this record of when certain events happen. That's why, aside from January, for the following months, like I have some holidays, but most of these spaces are going to be blank because I'm going to fill it up as the year goes by. And the rest of it, I have here I want to add my ultimate packing list, like an ongoing list of things I want to know, I want to take with me whenever I travel and whenever that's possible. And here I want to add my beauty routine, but that's still a work in progress. I will share it with you once I have it done. But yeah, this is still a work in progress, and this is meant to last for a while as a reference book. The one I may redo with the beginning of each year is this one. So I have a tab for ongoing payments, like the monthly payments, the dates when they have to take place, and then when I actually do the payment. So I can show you here. I have all the months, and I just add date. I paid this much for this bill, things like that. Just know when I did some payments, and some unplanned expenses, I track them here. Then I have the tab. I'm going to go to the months where I don't have anything. Then I have a tab that I call brain dump. So, you know, you do your planning process and you're like, oh, on February I need to get this done, and maybe for the summer I need to get this and this done. I write those things in here. I could have them here in my monthlies, but you know, some of the things that I may come up with may not actually take place when I foresee them taking place. So this works mostly as a reference whenever that month arrives. For example, I do have some notes for February. I will look down at the things I wrote down for February and see which things I will actually plan to get done on February. And then I like to track the moon phases. So this is basically a very simple calendar for moon phases. New moon, full moon, and some notes. Then I have a tab for favorite meals, which is still a work in progress. Some things I want to improve around the house. And then we jump into my goals. So this is basically what I have. January, February, and March, I already have some things written down. But basically this is where I'm tracking my quarterly goals. The first quarter is covered because it has personal information, but it looks basically like this. I write down the goals I want to get done, to accomplish. I write down the goals I want to accomplish on each month, and then I have some notes like personal wins, things that I may have changed. I just like having that. I always like to add a space for personal observations. And then I jump into my weeklies, and this is pretty much how they look like. By the way, this is January, so this particular week started on 11th January and it ended on 17th January. I have a list of ongoing to-dos that they are not meant to get done on a specific day. I just know that I want to get them done sometime during this week. I have been playing around with the things I have on my weekly kind of master list, I suppose. The to-do space stays the same, the brain dump also stays the same, but I added a place for upcoming things and waiting on, so things that I may want to add for the next week and things that I'm waiting to happen or that may take place the next week. I was going to add the waiting on here, but I decided I'd rather use it this way so I can still have my weekly menu in here. So yeah, I'm going to do the one for next week. Later on, I will transfer some of my main to-dos from here to here, add some new ones, and from here I will be drawing tasks for each day. Every night before I go to bed, I write down in here my main tasks for the next day. So I look in here to see if there are things that I need to add to my daily to-dos. So this is pretty much how I work with this planning companion. On a daily basis, I look at the things I want to get done during the week, and I add them to my dailies. And this is pretty much what my dailies look like. Like I said, it's all pen and paper. Here I keep track of what I eat. This is what I eat during the day, my main tasks, and I always add some notes about what happened during the day and some gratitude annotations. when nothing happened during the day, well, things happen, but when I didn't have a chance to do any planning, I may just write down a little bit about the day and how it went on. Here is another example. Highlights are the things that are very important to get done. My diet, some notes about the day, and space for gratitude, to-dos. And something I've been liking a lot to add to my daily is the own your day space. Things that will make me feel like the day was mine, it didn't belong to my duties or the things I have to get done. I devoted some space to make the day my own. So I like to start by making the bed. I like to have some time to read, to write, to do my morning pages. So this is a daily reminder, and I like having it in here. The only colors I add to my planning, or the only color coding I have, is blue. It's for everything related to my job. I don't keep a separate planner for my job anymore because everything is from home. So I've been finding that I use my planner a lot more working from home. This stays open on my table from the moment I wake till the moment I go to bed, because I'm constantly referencing what I need to do and adding notes. So yeah, blue are things from my job, black are things from like personal things and things related to my home and to my family. And the baby blue highlight is everything related to my son. But it's been working wonders for me. I don't add anything else. I don't need anything else. It works perfect. And from here, at the end of the week, I do my health trackers. I have all the information I need in here to do my health trackers at the end of the week. But yeah, I love this. This works perfect. I'm using this as a page marker. This is from the Travelers Company, and I love this system. So right now is the day. I've been showing you kind of what I do, but at the end of the day, I will go, let's say it's here. At the end of the day, I will go to I will look at the things I got done and mark them off. I would add some annotations about the things I got done and some things I'm grateful for. And I will go to the next day or the next page to write down the things I need to get done that didn't happen this day or that I didn't finish the current day. And I will take things from here to see if I can add them to my ongoing to-dos. But this is basically my process. And this I always have it in here. Like so. So this is open all day. This is what I work mostly what I work with during the day. I work mostly with my dailies and my monthlies. And this one I use it as a reference, or is my planning companion for the end of the day. This I only open at the end of the day, at night, to see if there are things that I'm forgetting to add to my daily tasks. But yeah, like I said, what I like about this is that if I need to take everything with me, I just remove this notebook from here. Let's say whenever travel is possible again. Well, I've taken it with me to the bank, for example. But let's say I have to take this with me. I just do this and everything is in one place. But mostly, since I am working from home, my planner stays in here. I may take it with me when I go to the supermarket or to the bank. And I love how slim and how light this is. So yeah, this is pretty much what I'm using. If you would like to adapt something like this for your planning system, it doesn't have to be in a Roterfaden. These covers are they're not super affordable. They're on the expensive side. Also these ones. So if you want to use a Hobonichi A6 and have something very portable, a more affordable option are the, how do you call them, the Midori. There's a clear cover that fits perfectly, the A6 version, not the full year. So there's the clear cover, it fits perfectly with the A6, and Midori also has like a paper cover that looks kind of like a nude leather. That also works and is very affordable. And as a planning companion, it doesn't have to be something like this. It could be a plain notebook. This is a Midori. I think they're like $10 maybe. But you can use tabs to divide your different sections like I did in here. And maybe divide them in two. I make my own inserts. These are also from a Hobonichi notebook that I broke apart. Here it is. It's like I just ripped it out and glued the spine and added washi tape and a nice cover. And these are very slim and they've been working perfectly for me. So if you want to incorporate something like this, you can have like a more sturdy notebook for your long-term collections, and something slimmer for your ongoing like collections or weekly, monthlies, or things that you may only use for a year. Another option as a planning companion can be a traveler's notebook, the passport size. This one I use it as my wallet, as my everyday carry. And this is where I write like my shopping list. I have a list of spices I want to get, things like that. This is another option. This one is my husband got it from Barnes and Noble, but I like, you can see the inserts and they're very clearly to see. This is very easy to divide, so you can use one insert for a different topic. I'm sorry about all the noise outside. I don't like, this day was particularly noisy, and you know, working from home, I just try to make the best of the little times I have to record. So I hope it doesn't sound too bad when I start editing this. But yeah, this is it for today. I hope you liked it. It will be awesome if you decide to subscribe to this channel, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.